All right, this your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones to learn this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, Esau's God is the Devil. All right. It's going to be entitled, Esau's God is the Devil. Now, I got aspired to do this lesson because of this video that I came across. I don't know if you all came across these AI videos where it's like a black chick and she pretty much goes into different eras of life and she takes a picture with each and every single person or group within that video. Like she'll have a camera phone or whatever. For instance, for example, she'll go to the rappers of the 80s and she'll pull out her phone and take a picture with everybody that was in that era. She'll take a picture with LL Cool J, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, so forth and so on, right? Just to show how great that generation was or how great that era was, all right? And so it's a lot of videos like that is going around where she would go around and take pictures with people from that generation or that era, all right? And pretty much within this video is portraying the same thing, all right? As you can see right here, you got this red monster right here, which is supposed to be Satan, the devil, all right? And he takes a picture with the different eras of Esau, all right? And when I saw this video, I was like, you know what? I got to do a small lesson on this because that's exactly who Esau gets his power and his blessings from. Ultimately, of course, it's the Most High that put him in this position and that gave him his blessing, his power, his money, weapons, so forth and so on. But Satan is the head angel on the left-hand side, all right? And Satan is the one that's granting Esau everything that he has right now. But not sooner or later, but we already know very soon that Esau's blessings is about to be cut off, all right? Because the Most High is about to take him out of rulership. But before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and play this video so you all can see what I'm talking about. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure y'all came across those videos. So we're going to play this video, then we're going to grab a few scriptures. So let's go ahead and get into it. See what I'm saying? So, like I said, this came from, like I said, when the black chick was in the video, she was taking pictures from the different eras of whatever it was, as far as TV sitcoms, different music, so forth and so on. Within this video, you saw Satan walking around and taking pictures of the different eras of which he was affiliated with, as far as being one with Esau. All right, because we already know that Esau is the physical counterpart of Satan on earth right now. And as you can see right here in the background, they got Molech. All right, you saw the different things where they had the 6-point star. They had the shield of David, because, you know, the small hats was involved. They still are involved. All right. They are not the chosen people at all. All right. They are the devil, like the scriptures say. All right. And, you know, they took a picture. He took a picture with the Greeks. He took a picture with Bill Gates. I'm actually going to edit that part out in post-production because they had Bill Gates holding up the magical waters, you know, the thing that was brought in 2020, and I don't want to get this video taken down, so I'm gonna edit that out. But you all will be able to see the rest of the video though. But you know, you saw the thing where he took a picture and it looked like they had the clones and everything in the background. They took a picture with certain presidents, so forth and so on. All right, and every single one of them was Esau. Every single one of them was Esau, the so-called white man. All right, because that's who he is on earth. He is the devil on earth. He was created to be wicked. He was created to bring evil on earth. He was created so we can actually learn from him too. Because when you read the scriptures, it tells you in order for you to be a perfect God, you have to know both sides. You have to know good and evil. All right. And we experiencing it firsthand. All right. Firsthand. So let's grab a few scriptures, man. So let's get Malachi chapter 1. Then we're going to start at verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Indignation means righteous anger. All right. Righteous anger, because the Most High definitely has a right to be angry with the wicked, which is Esau. All right. He is the border of wickedness. Within that video was only like a minute and a half, man, but it showed a lot. It showed a lot. It shows you Hollywood. It shows you Hollywood. It shows you the government, so forth and so on. It shows you everything that Esau is from back then all the way to today. All right. That's just what it is, because that's who he is. He is the border of wickedness. Everything that he does, he destroys. Everything that he touches, he destroys. And that's written. You know, let's get that real quick since that's on my mind. Let's get Revelation 11. We're going to get into Revelation chapter 11 and then go to verse 18. And it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come at the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. All right. Destroy them which destroy the earth. Everything that Esau get his hands on, he messes up. Everybody knows that, man. Everything is polluted. The water, the air, the food, the people, everything. The scriptures tell you that the earth is polluted with wickedness, man. And one of the reasons why is because he's in rulership. He's destroying this place on purpose. Literally, when you go to the Georgia Guidestones, the first one of his goals on there is to depopulate the earth to 500 million people. I believe that's the number. 500 million people, man. Because he has a goal in mind. He really is trying to bring in that NWO, his new world order. So he's going to do the most in order to get what he wants. But the thing is, he's going to be upset because the Most High is going to interfere within his plans, man. The Most High is going to interfere within his plans, according to Job chapter 20, verse 23. All right. Let's get Isaiah 14. We're going to get Isaiah chapter 14 and then go to verse 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which this weaken the nations? All right. Lucifer right here is not talking about Satan himself. All right. Lucifer, this means light bearer. That's all it means. All right. And the reason it means light bearer is because Esau has knowledge. All right. When you read the book of Daniel, it tells you that Esau was going to excel. He was going to have more knowledge than Daniel. He was going to have more knowledge than Daniel. And you can see that. All right. Whenever you want to look up something as far as something small or something great, you go on YouTube or whatever it is, you can look up something, and more than likely it's going to be Esau teaching you, man. More than likely. Of course, you got a lot of jakes out here that has wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when it comes to certain things. But the majority of the time, you're going to see Esau doing that. All right. You're going to see Esau doing that. But that's all it means. Lucifer, this means light bearer. All right. And he did weaken the nations. All right. He did weaken the nations. Verse 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." That's what he's trying to be like now. He's trying to be like the Most High with his power, his money, and his weapons, man. Creating his own prophecies, putting things in movies and TV shows, showing people what he's going to do in the future as if he's the Most High. Just like we read certain storms that happen, like Hurricane Katrina, so forth and so on. They put that shit in certain TV shows and movies, and it went right over people's heads, man. But they hide it up in there. But one of their main things is they like to hide in plain sight. All right. So they'll make up their own quote unquote prophecies, and then they'll have certain things happen. And then people be like, man, wasn't that the same thing that it was in the Simpsons show, so forth and so on? They like, this is crazy. He's trying to be like the Most High, man. He literally, like the scriptures say, he literally painted over the judges thereof. He made himself look like the angels, made himself look like the Lord, made himself look like the Israelites, made himself look like the Most High. But he's not none of that, man. He's not none of that. Not none of that, man. All right. Verse 14, it says, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?" Yeah, because when this place finally goes down, they're going to be like, damn, America was one of the greatest, if not the greatest country kingdom of all time. Literally brought down all of these countries and cities around them. All right. And was pretty much number one in the earth. And they're going to see all of this devastation, all of this destruction, and all this hell that's going to happen to them. And they're going to be like, wow, this was the dude. Because when you really look at Esau as a person, you just like, this dude is a bitch ass dude. He a piece of shit. This is the dude that literally ruled the earth. This is the dude that literally got the power, the money, and got control of everything. How did people gonna be looking at Esau like, how did we let this happen? How did we let this happen? But that shows you that there's a power out here, man. That shows you that the Most High exists. The Most High put him in rulership, man, but only temporary, only temporary. Verse 17, it says, "That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden under feet." All right. Esau gonna be brought down. Point blank period, man. Point blank period. Let's get 2 Corinthians. Let's get 2 Corinthians. We're going to get 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and then go to verse 10. And it says, yeah, here it is. It says, "As the truth of Hamashiach Yahushua is in me, no man shall stop me of this boasting in the regions of Achaia. Wherefore, because I love you not, the Most High knoweth. But what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion, that wherein they glory, they may be found even as we. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Yahushua. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." And that's exactly what Esau does, man. That's exactly what Esau does. He puts himself out there to be pure. That's one of the reasons why they call him, he named himself white in the first place. He named himself white in the first place so he can put himself out there and be the so-called good person on the earth. When you ride down the street, you look at all the billboards and everything like that, and he's smiling, he's shaking people's hands. He's over here giving you so-called opportunities. He tells you that if you do this and do that, you can become a thousandaire, you become a millionaire, you can make 6 figures, you can have all the freedom in the world. All you got to do is come over here to America and just work and just do what you need to do, and you'll be free. You can do whatever you want, so forth and so on. All right. Just put on that whole Oscar performance with that Colgate smile of his, which is probably teeth from slaves. All right. And then after that, after he spit game to you and everything like that, then he continues to do his wickedness behind the scenes, man. Now look at the people. Now look at the people. People are over here complaining, and people are literally down in the dumps, and they getting tired of this shit, man. But that's what he does. Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. All right. That's him. That's him. Point blank, period. Let's get Revelation 2 and 9. We got to get that. Let's get Revelation chapter 2. Then we're going to go to verse. Damn, it's not working. Come on, man. There it is. Let's get Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. All right. Of course, when you read the scripture, it's speaking about wicked Israelites, but you can apply this scripture to Esau himself, the small hats, because they are the synagogue of Satan. Within that video, you saw, like I said, the shield of David in the background, but then you saw the all-seeing eye with the pyramid and stuff in the middle of it, or right next to it, I should say. And you saw Esau taking a picture with them, because that's who they are. And they're being exposed for it more and more and more these days. All right, it's not just us anymore. Everybody's starting to realize how evil they really are, man. Let's get one last scripture to close it out. Let's get 2 Thessalonians. See if I can type it like this. See if it'll pop up. All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, if that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. That's Esau's being revealed right now, man. He's being revealed for everything that he's been doing and is getting ready to do. All right. You see more and more people protesting. You see more and more people taking things to the streets. You see more and more people armed up with weapons and getting, they getting ready to, they're preparing themselves for what's getting ready to go down, man. All right. Because Esau's being revealed with everything that he's doing. Verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved, man. So there it is. There it is. They are after the working of Satan. They do everything that is wicked. They do everything that is evil, and they have no problem doing it. They have no problem doing it. But they supposed to be like that, man. They're supposed to be like that. They were created to be the wicked. But now it's time for them to finally get out of rulership, and the next stop is slavery, man. So yeah, I just want to bring this out because, hold on, let me turn this down. Because like I said, when you look at this, like I said, small hats, but look what you see right here in the center. All right. It's showing a lot. Like I said, this 1.5-minute video showed a lot, man, because that's who they pray to. They pray to Satan. All right. And they operate as the devil right here on earth, man. Like I said, I forget who shared this video. I forget exactly where I got this from. You can see George Bush right here with the skull and bones and everything, man. They happy as hell because on the low, not even on the low, Esau is happy as hell to be who he is. He's happy as hell to be who he is. He passed away. He getting ready to go on the chains. All right, but like I said, see, got the camera in the background, the stars, because you already know what you got to do in Hollywood in order to get success. It is, see, it is what it is, man. But we ain't got to play this video over again. But that's who they pray to, and that's where they get their power from. But their blessings are about to be cut off, man. And I can't wait for that to happen. We all can't wait for that to happen, man. Because we getting tired of this shit. Point blank, period. But that's who Esau gets his power from, man. And I just found this video funny. because this is what they are, man. They are the devil. When you see certain pictures of them, when they trying to smile and shit, you be like, damn, you look evil as hell. That was the picture you wanted to take, looking like that. But but they can't help it though, because this is their spirit right here, man, right here. So I'm gonna end it with that, man. I just want to bring this out. Like I said, when I came across this video, I was like, man, let me save this in my phone right quick so I can do a lesson on this in the future. So there it is, man. Esau, that's who he is, but he's getting ready to lose everything that he has worked for. And he's getting ready to lose it within 1 hour with thermonuclear destruction. So, hey, keep praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing, we make it up out of here. So I hope that this was edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rachaa Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ra Tazad, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.